Now it's on.
Now it's on. Good morning, Yaira. That's a smile.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Yeah, you have honey in your tea. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Okay, it's perfect now.
Okay. It speaks in Hasidus. We're going to come up to this. We're going to learn about this. That the light of the Eibishter is compared. Where's Leah? It's not here yet.
I'm sure she's coming.
Yeah. Malka is here.
Yeah.
Rachel is here.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Rachel. Chaya is here. Hannah is here.
Yeah, I'm here.
And Rachel Hannah is here. And Batya is here.
Mm-hmm.
So it speaks about the light of Hashem. And then it speaks about ha'ara. What is a ha'ara? The end of the light of Hashem is so intense, so great, we can't really appreciate. All we can get is a glimmer, a ha'ara, a radiation, a radiance. Let me give you an example. What's this all about? Let's say we have a room. Okay, here's a room. In this room, there's a window. There's a table. And on the table, there's a candle. And the candle is giving off light in every direction. So the room is lit up from this candle. Now here we have a window. If the window is like these windows, it's clear. So you can see through the window that there's a light. But what if the window is frosted over? It's a frosted window. You know, like they put in certain places where they don't want people to see what's going on. So the window's frosted over. So you're outside and you see, you can see that there's light, but you can't see the candle, but you see that it's lit up. So that's what you see is you see a ha'ara. You see that there's light, but you don't see the source of the light. But you know that there's light because you can see it's light. It's not dark. And what if you have a second room here? And this room also has a window that's frosted over. So you can see through this window here, this frosted window, that inside there's light, but it's still not the original light. Okay, so that's called a ha'ara. Ha'ara. The root of the word light is or. Yehi-ar. And this is a ha'ara, which means a shine or a radiance. Okay, keep that in mind because we're going to come up to that. Okay. Chapter 3. We're doing chapter 3. The DNA of creation is the tenfold structure, which subdivides into two, which is brains and heart. The brains are Chabad, the right side of the brain, the left side, the back, which is Chochmah, Bina, Das. The right side is inspirational. That's where you come up with your moments of inspiration. like flash. Where did they come from? The poet says, where does it come from? I said the bracha downstairs. This is honey drink. I gave up coffee temporarily. Start my day up with on a sweeter note. And the back of the brain here is the place of das. What is das? Das means connection. You have to remember that. To know a thing means to be connected to it. If you're not connected to it, it means you don't know it. Don't really know it. Hence the expression, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then we have the midas. So we started talking about the midas. The midas, the word midah means a measure. The midas are the measure of the person. The midas are his qualities, qualities of character. And how do we know the character of a person? How do we know who he is? If you read a novel and you have to write a character analysis of one of the people in the story, how are you going to write it? What is it? Well, you're going to read the book carefully, and you're going to make a list of what are the things that he does. Right? He robs banks. He holds people up. He beats them up, but he's very good to his mother. So these are the things he does. From this, we get an idea of what he is. He's a gangster, a Jewish gangster. He's very good to his mother. There was a book about Jewish gangsters in the Lower East Side. Title of the book. He was very good to his mother. What's wrong? It's blowing. It's not too cold. The cold weather will come. Don't worry. It won't disappoint you. We have to be grateful for these days that are a little bit warmer. So the midas, we portray or give rise to the way a person behaves. And from the way he behaves, we know who he is. His behavior may be good, maybe not so good. Maybe you'll analyze his behavior and you'll see that he's very good on the outside, but inside he's very selfish. Or you may see that he seems very selfish on the outside, but on the inside he's totally good. You know, there was a famous story about a selfish person who never used to give any charity to anybody. And everybody hated him and nobody respected him. He was wealthy and stingy, would not give loans, would not give money to people. And he died and nobody came to his funeral. And shortly after that, people started coming to the Rav. Why? Because they went to the butcher to get meat and the butcher wouldn't sell them meat anymore. And they went to the fishmonger to get fish. He wouldn't sell them fish anymore. And they went to the vegetable store to buy vegetables. He wouldn't give them vegetables anymore. He says, I don't understand. You used to always help us out and give us for free. He said, I didn't give you for free. It was all being paid for. Wow. Oh, who paid for it? The old miser was paying for it. That was his schnit. He wanted to serve God, that nobody should know. He didn't want any respect or honor for what he was doing. So he looked on the outside to be one thing, but on the inside, it was really very different. He was a hidden tzaddik.
Rabbi, did his wife know?
What?
Did his wife know?
Is his wife?
Did his wife know?
Did his wife know? She didn't tell me. The Rebbe wants our wives to be partners in everything we do. Every young man went on shlichus with his wife. The Rebbe would remind the husband, remember, your wife is your partner. So if they listen to the Rebbe, she knew. We also know who a person is. You're doing your character analysis in this novel that you read. So you're going to look at all the things that the person did. Did he do things that were dangerous? Did he do things that needed courage? Did he run away when everybody stood up for a charitable cause? Did he sort of disappear? You know, he liked to be in the limelight, but when you came to him to actually do something, he was never to be found. He was Johnny out of town. So we analyze his activities, and now we also take a look at what he says, because what you say is also a very good indication of your character. Like some people speak very eloquently and very well. They're very good speech makers, right? But don't get them angry. Don't get them angry. When you see a person angry, then you'll get to see what his character really is. There are three things that display a person's character. Kisei, what does he does with his wallet? Kaisai, what happens to him when he gets drunk? What does he say when he gets drunk? Vakasai, and how does he speak when he gets angry? These three things, they bring out the hidden side of a person's character. What is his character? That's his midas. That's called midas. So we speak about good midas. Good midas are dominated by kindness, by compassion, by mercifulness, by sympathy. These are good midas. And bad midas are dominated by selfish behavior, self-centered behavior, wanting everything for myself. Okay, and these midas are corresponding to the 7 days of the week. And everything you're going to do, girls, is going to go according to this pattern, sevenfold pattern, 7-step pattern. I'm not expert in time management at all. I dare say that all these methods of managing your life should follow the 7-step process in one way or another. They'll call it by different names. So the first step is chesed. That was the first day of creation. And the second day of creation was the separation of the waters. We discussed that. Malka, come back to the class. Second day of creation. The third day of creation is we can pushing away the water, separating the waters.
We don't use like, because we use chesed. We use chesed for the first one, but what do we use for the second one?
Strength. Take strength.
Thank you.
Yeah. The first day is you're riding a horse. You kick the horse in its ribs and you say, giddy up. And the horse takes off. You take a switch, giddy up. The horse runs. Second day, horse is running too fast. You pull on the reins. Who's stronger, you or the horse? The horse is stronger, so how can you hold it? Obviously, because you have reins. You can hold the horse in. So that's the second day, is holding in, holding back, restraining, restraint. It's the quality of discipline and restraint. So the first day, the policeman says, go. The second day, the policeman says, stop. Don't go. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Don't go. The third day is a little of both. On the third day, we're going to restrain the waters more. They're going to recede even more. First day, we're going to separate lower waters from upper waters. Where are the upper waters? We don't know. It's a spiritual concept that above the heavens, there's spiritual waters. Lower waters complained, and they said, it's not fair. Why should some of our waters be up close to you, Hashem, in heaven, and we're left down here below? Hashem said, don't worry. I have a consolation prize for you. The salt from your waters will be on my altar in the holy temple. And every offering that anybody is going to bring to communicate with me, to commune with me, to give me thanks, to ask for forgiveness, to express their gratitude or their happiness, is going to be together with salt from your waters. Because I'm making a covenant, an eternal covenant with salt, with my priesthood, with my priests, the Kohanim, so that every offering they bring onto the altar, they have to dip it in salt. And my covenant with the priests themselves is a covenant of salt, because salt does not decay. So it's always good. If you want to look into this, it's very interesting. The molecular structure of salt is a perfect structure.
But it's natrium and one natrium and one chloride.
What?
The molecular, no?
The what?
It's one natrium and one chloride, like the ion.
Oh, there you go. So there's the chemical analysis.
Yeah.
You study chemistry.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the diagram.
Mhm.
It shows all the molecules. It makes a perfect, so there's no room to add or to take away. It's a complete self-contained whole. And that's why it doesn't decay, because it's not going to combine with anything else to form a new substance. Maybe I'm wrong in saying that, but that's why it's the perfect structure, salt. So Hashem made an eternal covenant with the priests, the Kohanim, as a covenant of melech, of salt. And you know what the lower water said when Hashem did that? They said, Yechi Melech. Melech means the king. Melech means salt.
Oh.
Why do we dip the bread 3 times in salt when we say Hamotzi? Because salt is spelled like this: Mem, Ches. Whereas a king is spelled with a Chaf. Okay. So Mem is 40, Lamed is 30, and Ches is 8. Total is no
78.
No.
78. Okay. The name of Hashem is Yud, that's 10, plus K, I'm writing a K instead of a Hey, is 5. Vav is 6. What are we up to?
We're up to 21.
21. And then K again is 5, total of
26.
26. Now we're going to dip the bread in the salt once,
So
twice,
Wow.
3 times,
Seven.
total of
Wow.
78.
78. There you go.
Wow. That's why we did 3 times?
What?
That's why we did 3 times the challah?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, there's a simple reason, because when you do a thing 3 times, you know you did it.
Wow.
So if you go to toivel something, a keli in the mikveh, you're going to toivel 3 times. Because 3 times means it's a hazakah, means you did it. If you're there, you established your right to be there. Okay. So the separation of the waters is an expression of restraint. In Hebrew, the word is gevura, might, strength. And the completion of this is on Tuesday, where the waters recede even further into lakes and rivers, ponds and oceans. The dry land appears. And then something extraordinary happens. Things begin to grow. Grasses and plants, wheat and barley and other growing things.
Hey, Rabbi, I thought,
Trees bearing fruit after their kind, and seeds, and grasses growing with seeds that will reproduce after their kind. So we get an infinite growth, infinite
Rabbi,
books of growth also on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we have two things. We have the mightiness pushing down the waters, holding them in. You know what holds the oceans in? The sand.
Pressure. No, the pressure.
The sand.
Not the pressure.
Well, the Torah says the sand. Hashem puts the sand around the ocean to hold it in its place. Except when there's a big wind, a hurricane, so that it washes up over the sand. Okay, Yaira wants to say something.
yeah, I thought that nothing grew until the sixth day when Adam could daven to Hashem for rain to make it grow.
You're right. You're right. But that's okay. Hashem on the third day produced all this ready to do its job. All the trees and grasses and growing things, wheat and barley, with and seeds and everything. It's all ready to go, and everything rose up out of the earth, ready to begin and continue its life cycle. And then on the sixth day came Adam, and he prayed that it should rain. And once it rained, then it all went into motion. The two guys were arguing. Someone came along and said, "Can you settle our argument?" So, okay, what are you arguing about? So the first guy tells us, he says, "I think you're right." He said, "Wait a minute, you didn't hear from me," says the second guy. "So what do you have to say?" So he tells him, "Oh, you're right." So the third guy says, "How can they both be right?" He says, "You're also right." Okay, Chedved came into the class. Anybody else? No. All right. So that's the second day. That's the third day. The third day is a blend, the combination of the power of growth, chesed, and the power of restraint, which is gevura. And the blend of them is called tiferes, which is beauty, because the blending, the harmony between things is the real source of beauty. What's music? We have different instruments working together. The harmonies are beautiful. We have a large group of people all getting along together. That's the most beautiful thing. Very hard thing to accomplish because everybody's so different. But if we can get them to harmonize and take on similar goals, that stands for the three fathers. Abraham served God through kindness, giving people food and teaching them to thank God. And Yitzchak served God through restraint and strength and might, fighting to keep open the wells that his father had dug and discovering water hidden under the earth. Sometimes you're working with people, you can't find where is that water hidden? Where is that spark of godliness hidden in their heart? You have to dig deep, deep, deep to uncover it. And the third day corresponds to Yaakov. Ishtam, a simple person, sincere, dwelling in tents, not a hunter of men like his brother, but a person who sits and learns. When it comes to fight, he's capable to fight. he has to fight. And he does fight. He fights even with the angel of his brother and overcomes him. So his name becomes Yisroel. These are the first three midas of a person's character. And how do they express themselves? And when you want to do a project, I want to learn Hasidus. That's the first quality. I love it. It's good. It's going to be my future. It's going to open all the doors of my heart and feelings I want to have, kind of life I want to have. I want to be a Hasidic person. I want to be connected with the Rebbe and the Rebbe's father-in-law and the Rebbe's grandfather and the Alter Rebbe and the Baal Shem Tov. I want. Good. Sign him up. But you have to get up in the morning. You want to come to yeshiva and learn, you have to get up. Oh, I'm so tired.
I agree.
Does that sound familiar?
Very familiar.
Okay, so you have to force yourself.
You have to overcome.
That's restraint. That's the other side of the coin, right? And then you bring your tiredness and your desire to learn to the class, and you have a yogurt and a banana, and you force yourself to stay awake and not fall asleep. And hopefully the teacher will make a lot of jokes and make it interesting. And that's the harmony of the three qualities. So the first thing is I want, but what are you going to do about it? So what you're going to do about it is because you want so much to be like the Rebbetzin, that you liked her so much, so you're going to have to dress like the Rebbetzin. You have to go choose clothes, buy yourself a wardrobe, and you're going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I am gonna do it.
Right? But what about the things you used to like to wear? I'm gonna put them aside. What for? I'm gonna wear them again sometime? Who knows? Maybe I'll paint the house.
Maybe I'll sleep.
I'll put them aside. Okay. So this is compared. If the first stage is compared to your right hand, give tzedakah with your right hand. The second stage is compared to the left hand, that we push away things that are undesirable. This is the meaty counter. What are you putting the cottage cheese on this counter for? Take it away. It's the left hand. And the right hand, in the middle thing is washing up the dishes and putting them away. And they're in the proper place. And setting the table. With the clean dishes, now setting the table for Shabbos. Getting everything ready for Shabbos. It's both. I love Shabbos, and I'm doing it in a beautiful way. And so, what do we see? The right hand, the left hand, the next two qualities down are like the right leg and the left leg. What are the right leg and the left leg for? They support the body. They support your body. And in terms of your character, they are on the right. I love it. That's your determination to succeed. Now, I like this idea very, very much. I want to learn Hasidus, but you have to be determined not to be distracted and not to watch movies on your cell phone, but to learn and to really understand the things that you're learning and to live with them. Then they can become yours. So that's the desire to succeed, no matter what, and to push yourself to succeed. And the other side of the coin is, when you have a beautiful stone, it's rough. It's the way the stone was found in the earth. How does it become a beautiful gemstone that you could wear on a ring? You have to take this, somebody who knows how to cut the stone. And to cut it on many, many sides. And the more sides you cut, the more brilliant will be the light that bounces around inside the stone and comes out. Each cut is called a facet, like a face of the stone.
Like a faucet?
It's called a facet, yeah.
But is it like a faucet that you open it up?
It's not like the tap that you turn on the faucet. It's a facet, like the word face. There's many faces to a stone. A good stone has a potential of many, many faces. And a stone cutter has to know he sees with his glass the inside of the stone how to make all the cuts. It's a very great skill. You can ruin a stone and make it worthless, or you can make a stone precious. Okay, so you have to have the stone and the desire to cut and cut and cut, but you have to know where to cut, exactly how to cut, and what not to cut. So similarly, let's say you're writing a story, and you write in the story all the things that you want to say about this person, what she's like and what she says and what she does and what other people say about her. And then you have such a long story. Who's going to read such a long story? So now you have to cut. And you cut and you cut and you cut and you cut, so that you only hone in on the main thing that you want to bring out about this person. You can't say everything. If you say everything, the reader gets nothing. The famous writer once said, a little more than a little can be by far much too much. So that's the other, they work together. These like the two thigh, the right thigh, the left thigh. The left thigh, say that 10 times fast. Right thigh, left thigh, left thigh. Can't do it. It's an exercise. Say left thigh, right thigh 10 times quickly. Not now. These are the qualities called Netzach and Hoid. Netzach means victory. Didan Notzach, victory is ours. We're going to push and we're going to win. 770, we're marching out to victory without a shout. Without a doubt. Marching forth, marching happily. Nation after nation, we are conquering. Okay.
Yay.
And Hoid makes it shine. So Netzach is that I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm not going to give up, no matter how difficult the obstacles are. You know, like at the sports stadium, push them back, push them back, push them back. I'm going to push and I'm going to conquer. And Hoid is, but with class. It has to be with class. It has to be done beautifully. It has to be done right. You have to get rid of anything that's extraneous. It's an expression, like cut off a person's head and leave it standing. You revise it, you don't even notice, so that a good writer writes, you don't even notice that he's writing. You're just reading what he's writing. The style is invisible. That's Netzach Hoid Yesod. So we could sum it up as saying, Netzach means getting it done, and Hoid means beauty. Yeah, means getting it done right. Get it done, it's not done right. It's not done right. You painted the whole house, you painted it the wrong color. Painted it wrong. The next quality is called Yesod. That's the foundation. This is like Yaakov, but on a lower level. You always have to remember who you're talking to. You have to have respect for the person who's the listener. That's called communication. Skills of communication. That's the quality of Yesod. Bringing all this energy out where someone else can appreciate it And then the final product is Shabbos itself. That's where the meal is prepared, the table is set, the food is cooked, the guests, the clothes are worn, everybody is showered and clean, and the guests are coming, and you're going to make Kiddush. Light the candles, it's Shabbos. That's the final product. This is the 7 stages of creation. These are the 7 midas. We learn them from the 7 days of the week. Because just like we create light on the first day of the week, on the 4th day of the week, we have the creation of the sun, the moon, and the stars. On the 2nd day, we separate the waters. On the 5th day, we animate the waters with fish and teeming with insects and so on, and with birds, flying and even angels. And then the 6th day is the harmony of everything. So we take the mud and we take the water and put them together like dough, and we have animals and people, and Hashem breathes life into all of them. The table is set, ready for Adam Arishon to appear on the scene and sit down and make Kiddush.
Rabbi,
Yes.
so you were saying how salt doesn't go bad. Also, honey does not go bad.
What?
Honey never goes bad.
Honey is a miracle. A miracle thing. If you have a cut, you put honey on it, it doesn't never have a scar. It's a miracle healer. I can show you the scars on my hands from all the cuts I got. I put honey on them and there's no mark. See? No marks. I got a very, very bad paper cut on Friday. It was gushing blood. And I put a Band-Aid on it, I put honey on it.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi.